a lot of even feminist liberal women will have an expectation of men to lead.
I know, and I think that that's diluted. I think that that's not feminism. I've seen videos where a woman will call herself a feminist, and then you ask her who should pay on the first date, and they say, "Well, him." That's not feminism. That's patriarchy.
Well, right, but
Well, that's how feminism is.
but that kind of goes
But
back to
those
my
are
whole
women
thing
who are
about equality.
who are misnomering themselves as feminists. That is not feminism.
Well, there's
That's not equity.
That's
not
a
equality.
no true Scotsman fallacy. I mean, well, that's
you
not.
are a
that's
little
not,
debater. What, did you take debate in high school?
Doesn't matter. But no true Scotsman. I mean, basically, you're saying, well, that's not actually true feminism. But
Sure.
look.
That's also anecdotal.
Sure. I mean,
that's not, you're shadow boxing is what you're doing. I don't think that. My form of feminism doesn't think that. I believe in gender abolition. I believe in gender equality.
I'm not sure what gender abolition is.
It means none of this it means there are two sexes.
Oh, okay.
Amen.
Are you a TERF?
Amen.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to finish my point really quick on equality.
Sure.
So I was basically saying I don't believe it's for equality, feminism. My most generous definition of it is it's a woman's advocacy movement. I actually think it's a misandrous, man-hating movement that also happens to do.
You speak like it's a monolith, and it's not.
It pretty much is.
No, it's not.
Because
pretty much is.
Well, here's why. Okay, feminism is in every single. Feminism has seeped its claws into pretty much every single realm. The mainstream media, hold on. The mainstream media. Relax. The mainstream media, journalism, news organizations, academia, corporations, governments. It's all feminism. Every single university of every single higher education, whatever college, university in this country has either a feminist study, a gender studies, or women's studies program in this country. You know what they all teach? They all teach the patriarchy theory.
Sure.
It teaches that men as a class are oppressors and women as a class are oppressed. That if you teach a whole swath, whole generations of people that they are oppressed and the other gender is to blame for that.
You're very anti-critical race theory, is what I'm hearing also.
Well, I suppose, but I don't really get into that in this podcast. But you often hear this term system or systematics. Systemic, right? I mean, I don't know of any greater system than the higher educational system in this country. And like I said, hold on, but every single. In fact, it's a graduation requirement for a lot of people to take some sort of feminist study class, Feminism 101. And what they're taught in these classes, and the majority of people who go to college are women. It's like 60% women who go to college. Hold on, let me just finish. So
I'm going
to
throw up.
So you basically have women who are going to university, being indoctrinated in this man-hating ideology, which is feminism. It is a man-hating ideology. And
I don't think that's feminism. I think women are gaslighting each other into believing that that's feminism. I think that is reactionary. I think that's reactionary feminism to years of abuse, rape, mistreatment. I think that is not true feminism. And I believe that there is a vested interest in liberals trying to feed this to future generations. I think that that's capitalistic. I think that that's capitalism at work. Also, when we talk about the sexual revolution, it does not benefit women. That's not feminism. The sexual revolution only seeks to benefit a very small number of men, right? And that would be the hypergamous men. That would be the top 1% of men.
Right.
Women are not happy that way. That's not feminism. This is a bastardized version of feminism that has been taken from women and given to leftist men who have advantages in women being hypersexualized, promiscuous, not treating their bodies like their bodies. Like that's not feminism. This is something else entirely. This is a bastardized version of this.
Well, again, no true Scotsman fallacy, but so look, and I want to finalize my whole thing as far as why I believe feminism is not about equality. Here's why. Because if feminists will not fight for a component, that's not the right word. Feminists will not fight for equality if said equality does not stand to benefit women. So
it's equity. So I know. So there are certain times when.
Hold on. Let me just finish my point really quick. So,
go ahead.
Relax, lady. if I'm trying to articulate this properly, feminists will not fight for equality if said equality does not reap a benefit to women. So, for example, military conscription.
This is what I was just going to talk about. We're
But-
talking about equity.
I'm not really familiar with this term equity. Like,
So equity is to each their own need, and it's taking
So
into account that males
equality of
and
outcome.
females are different, and so they need different things. So if we were to go with the basis that both of the sexes have equal dominion over the earth, but they are different things
you
are going to
believe that?
happen.
do you
Yes, I believe that
we're
they
different?
have. Yes, I believe that we are different.
So couldn't it be argued then? I mean, you mentioned that there's a gap in terms of people who are at the top of politics and the top of corporations.
Sure.
Couldn't you argue that because of our differences, that pushes men to want to achieve?
I believe in a naturalistic patriarchy. So I think that patriarchy is naturally what we come to when there is a stronger, bigger sex, right? That's tribalism, that's Darwinism, that's evolution, right? The stronger, biggest of the group is going to want dominion over the smaller group. But what I think that served a purpose in Neolithic times. I don't think now in the post-technological age, almost in the post-human age, that the patriarchy needs to be so well defined. Right? It made sense in the 50s or even before then. Even when we're talking about 1800s, it made sense before you could do anything on the computer, make your money on the computer doing podcasts. Right now, you wouldn't hold up. You're not fucking muscular, 6'8", fucking hunting things with spears. That's what a man is, right? So these gender roles,
I disagree with that.
this patriarchy is
but-
unneeded. And women are actually, evolutionarily, also very well suited to powerful positions. We're very agreeable. We are very good at compromise. We're very good communicators. Whereas men are unfortunately losing some value because a lot of it is brute force, right? Post-technologically.
I kind of reject a couple of your statements there.
Which ones?
Well, I mean, you say that men, it's like brute force, we're only attuned to physical labor.
Well, we know that women are on average have higher IQs than men. We know that we're more agreeable.
No,
we know that
that's-
we have better communication
not
skills.
true.
We're more emotionally adept. That is true.
No, women don't have higher IQs than men. I think it's actually
do.
equal.
No. So the distribution for men have high. The distribution is
No.
more
Are you
is more
talking-
oscillative.
Are you talking about greater male variability?
So there is
Are
greater
you talking
male
about that?
variability.
So-
but women are
no,
on
but
average
the
on
average-
average higher IQ than men.
No, the average is equal.
No.
Here's the difference, though. Here's the difference.
There's more variability with men.
Yeah, no, here's the difference.
that.
Here's the difference with IQ. It's called the greater male variability. So you have a higher proportion of hyper intelligent, like very high IQ men, but you also have really, really dumb men. You have a much higher proportion of really dumb men.
Yes.
So, but the average is the same.
No, the
Yes.
average. No, the female
average is the
average
same.
is higher.
The average is the same.
The average. That's not true. I don't know how to argue. I don't know how to argue this. It's not what you're saying is not true.
There are more women. I would say that
There are more women with higher IQs than men, but there is greater variability in men.
I'm talking about the average here. So at the middle, I think you're right that there are more women in the middle that have higher IQs. However, if we're talking about genius level IQs,
Yes, but
there are
that's not-
more men who are.
Yes, but who cares about those men?
Those are the men that are going to be really shifting things, I think. You don't think that we should cultivate genius?
Hey, Brian,
What's up?
respectfully, is this a panel with you guys or with everybody?
Well, I mean, you guys are welcome to jump in if you want.
I mean, we've had about 8 comments asking to move on, so, you know, just respectfully.
We'll talk about it later.